in 2002, which represents a mere 12% market share. Levi's has developed a new strategy to increase sales and market share. The company has recently started selling its jeans on a mass market retailer's shelves, that is Walmart's shelves, in 3,422 stores. This is a mighty leap for the organization because in the past they have stocked smaller department stores such as Macy's with 243 stores and JCPenney with 1,049 stores. The giant retailer Walmart not only requires intense price control from its vendors, but also requires scrupulous on-time and just-in-time deliveries and micro-level catering to customer preferences by constant product innovation and replenishment. Let's look at some details of how this technology-reliant strategy synchronizes between the different dimensions of our model. In order to respond to Walmart's rigorous challenge, Levi's has launched an information technology-based transformation of its supply chain and of its demand replenishment systems. In addition, Levi's has upgraded its knowledge database containing information about its existing customers and in-store sales and has fed that information into advanced forecasting systems. Levi Strauss Company has made its product and sales information accessible to its salesmen in the field, its supply chain employees, as well as its employees in the financial departments. Having this information at hand has allowed employees to feel more empowered to make decisions. And the company has thus engaged in employees' emotions in harnessing the power of new, more dynamic information systems. The same information systems are employed to provide every Levi's executive with the latest information regarding sales patterns and trends in order to analyze and better understand their customers. Levi's has thus been successful in its strategy of launching its products in Walmart stores by synchronizing the use of appropriate technology with the customer, his emotions, and knowledge management to improve its supply chain. Another example. Nestle provides another example. Nestle has been a stable and internationally successful company for many years. However, it has a very complex business landscape because competition in retail consumables such as chocolates and other food items is intense. It sells 8,000 products in almost every country of the world. It is a truly global organization. With such global scale operations, Nestle's organizational priority is operational efficiency and global growth. In order to stay closely synchronized with its global customers and its diverse global communities, Nestle's board of directors consists of executives from several nations. Moreover, given that the company values tradition and culture, the organization is very slow to court growth by introducing new products. Instead, they grow by increasing market share in familiar markets with familiar products and push for operational efficiency to increase profits. The organization strives to stay very well synchronized with its customers' needs and its vastly different global markets. Unlike Coca-Cola, Nestle products often have different formulas in different global markets based on customer preferences. Kit Kat chocolate snacks come in different sizes and flavors in different geographical regions of the world. Nestle values the use of technology to leverage its production efficiencies. The organization installed $11 million worth of robotic technology in one production line and achieved a 40% reduction in production time per ton of chocolate production. After this success, this model will now be extended to other plants. In order to stay well synchronized with its customers and suppliers at the global level, Nestle has 2,000 people working worldwide on a technology-based global excellence project called GLOBE. It aims to do data scrubbing, leading to better knowledge management, and expects to eventually achieve a $4 billion in cost cuts by 2006, thanks to having better knowledge of its customers and suppliers. So Nestle is achieving optimal success in its operations through synchronizing all of the elements we have discussed: customers, community, technology, suppliers, knowledge, and emotions. My next and last example involves the well-known company IBM. IBM was considered the leader in computer hardware and software sales for many years. But its competitors slowly ate away at IBM's superiority in this area, and IBM became known as a hardware dinosaur, headed for extinction. IBM's new strategy, however, involves offering its customers more than just computer hardware and software. It involves persuading its customers to let IBM provide a holistic solution to their technology needs, from support staff to data storage. This new IBM strategy is technology-based. Its long working relationship with customers and its knowledge of customer needs is being exploited to efficiently provide technology solutions and consulting. The company's consulting and system services has been increasing steadily, while its business from hardware sales has been decreasing. IBM is using its extensive information technology base to harvest customer relationship knowledge and to better understand the needs of its current customers, with the goal of fostering continuing relationships with them and of proposing solutions for their technology needs. Working towards this strategy has required vastly different technology skills and employee profiles as well. Towards this end, IBM purchased the consulting arm of PricewaterhouseCoopers for an impressive $3.5 billion. The company also bought a systems development tool called Rachna software for $2 billion. As we can see, IBM is achieving success with its new strategy of moving into systems consulting and solutions by synchronizing the internal elements of knowledge, information, and technology with the external elements of customer and competition. Thus far, we have discussed the key role technology plays in the successful performance of an organization. We have explored how to decide upon the right technology to acquire and install. Our model proposed that the right technology would be one that ensures synchronization with the internal and external elements of an organization's existence. We then looked at options for technology acquisition in a global context. Next, we would like to provide you with some more examples of innovative, smaller companies. We will also direct you to some United Nations agencies that assist organizations and nations in acquiring technology in affordable and reliable ways. We will also make you aware of some issues and concerns that need to be kept in mind when negotiating for acquiring the right technology, and then lay out for you specific steps for defining and implementing the right technology within your organization. But before that, let's take a moment to answer some of your questions.
Let's begin with the first question and answer session. We will try to answer as many questions as possible. Therefore, we ask that only one question be asked per phone call and that these questions be as brief as possible. You may call the studio directly at the phone number or fax which appear on your screen. We remind you to make your phone calls at a distance from the monitor to avoid feedback. The first question comes from Sinaloa, Mexico. Go ahead, please.
Hola laboral es hacer más con menos. ¿Cuál es el mínimo por ciento y qué características en tecnología debemos tener como sector educativo para poder competir con otros países respecto a formación educativa basada en una educación integral para el estudiante?
Okay, we need to hear the question. Okay, let me go ahead until Sinaloa gets through with their question. We didn't hear that question, so let me ask you. You mentioned three.
Hubo un problema tecnológico y
Okay, we are still waiting for the question to come through. You compared three different companies, Levi's and Nestle and IBM. Can you elaborate on their organizational differences a little bit more for our audience?
Sure. Now, IBM is a very global company.
That's right.
And very technology intensive. And their core product is technology itself. So the service that they are moving to is technology based, while their core product was technology, and therefore they have a lot of synergy. Nestle, on the other hand, a very global company, and that is the advantage of these examples, because they are global and therefore the context is much more understandable. But Nestle's products are low-tech. They are consumer products, they are retail markets, and they are being sold in several different markets. So their technology component is in making the product, and therefore the service component that they needed to utilize in order to service the products was entirely different. Their core product is different.
Okay, very good. Our next question comes from Colombia. Go ahead, please.
Muy buenos días. We can't state that technology is the only thing we need to have success. I mean, we have all the .coms, for example. And Cisco system has had to fire all kinds of people, and as well as other e-companies. And we have thousands of workers now on the street. If we're in the era of human development currently, how can we understand the relationship between technology and the worker when apparently the worker is the one that's left on the street?
Very interesting. Can I take this question? Very interesting question. And actually, you're very right. It is not all about technology. The model that we have presented has technology as a key factor. However, it is critical to understand that it is about harmonizing and synchronizing all the elements in the model. There is a new study that has been reported in Harvard Business Review, I would say probably their October issue, which is currently on, which says they have tried to look at the effect of technology on successful companies. And they have realized that it is not technology. It is innovation and competition. But it is technology that causes you to better innovate and better compete. So that is how technology gets into the picture.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Let's now move to the second module of our program.
My colleague, Dr. Rachna Kumar, explained to you how the integrated model of organizational behavior works in a technology acquisition and implementation context. IBM, Nestle, and Walmart are giants in their respective areas. They have successfully synchronized their organizational purpose with the external environment through a close alignment between the customer and the strategy of the organization. While technology takes center stage, many other internal factors such as emotional maturity, knowledge acquisition, financial stability, communication, etc., cannot be overlooked. Let's look at the example dealing with the airline industry. As in the case with many other sectors of the U.S. economy, the 9/11 phenomenon has severely affected the travel industry. Major airline companies such as American, Continental, Delta, Northwest, United, and U.S. Airways have cut back on flights and services. Economic recovery may be around the corner, but it's not readily visible. Fears of terrorism still linger. Consequently, the Big Six are turning over their uneconomical, smaller markets to the adventuresome few. A flock of niche carriers have taken up this slack rather quickly. These small carriers' styles of operation vary widely, appealing to different types of customers. The routes they have chosen follow are quite different. Some are trendsetters, while others copy. Some appeal to exclusive groups. Some are discounters. Apparently, there is room for everyone in this free market. A good example of a trendsetter is Southwest Airlines, based in Dallas, Texas. Other international training center speakers have given you detailed insight into Southwest's operation and how they have managed to post their 48th consecutive quarterly profit, in spite of the airline industry's current financial crisis and the adverse effects world events continue to have on the demands for the air travel. While Southwest has been a trendsetter, other airlines today, AirTran, ATA, Frontier Airlines, JetBlue, and Spirit Airlines, aspire to be the next Southwest. And at least two major carriers, Delta Airlines and United, have launched or announced plans to launch low-fare Me Too subsidiaries. This is the second try for both these last two airlines. Followers, too, have been focusing on treating their customers well, keeping their employees happy, and most importantly, keeping costs down through providing direct flights to secondary airports. The combined effect of these strategies on the customer is to provide a feeling of safety, comfort, and friendly care. The Internet has, in a big way, leveled the playing ground for big and small alike, shifting the power to the consumer and a cost advantage to technologically adept newcomers. The Internet, with its global reach, provides an opportunity for many developing economies to operate in this leveled playing ground, making it easier for effective negotiation of appropriate technologies that would be relevant to their respective settings. Lufthansa's Boeing business jet services caters exclusively to the executive class passengers in its transatlantic flight from Düsseldorf, Germany to Newark and other U.S. cities. This is offered in partnership with Private Air, a Swiss aviation firm known for its VIP service. With only 48 seats, the jet feels exclusive. Gourmet meals, fine champagne, and cafe-quality coffees enhances the ride. At the other end of the scale, we have discounters such as Allegiant Air. The company is based in Las Vegas, specializing in discount flights to the Sin City. This regional charter airline is branching out to offer competitive fares to many small cities and towns. The airline ensures that there is no overbooking and that passengers will never get bumped. Let us now turn our attention to automobile manufacturers who are trying to draw the attention of a specific group of customers. The unique group under consideration is Generation Y. Synchronizing one's organizational purpose with the external environment is easier said than done when targeting this market. In an article from the June 30, 2003 issue of Time magazine, Darren Fonda states that youth's tastes are so whimsical that nobody knows what will be the hit. The 68 million Americans born between 1977 and 1995 represent the largest demographic bulge since that of their boomer parents. Automakers want to sell hip vehicles to this under 25 set since this group will drive car sales over the next 2 decades. About 3.5 million generation-wide drivers get their licenses each year. The general philosophy is to catch them young, even if the vehicle you sell is relatively cheap. The thinking behind this strategy is that brand loyalty will lead this market of consumers to purchase their subsequent automobiles from the same company. Therefore, these young consumers are seen as potential buyers of much more expensive vehicles in the future. Technology has made a lasting impact on the automobile industry. Consider, for example, some of the latest developments: road condition sensors, night vision systems, smart seats that tailor airbag inflation to the passenger's weight, and automated traffic management systems. These technologies have come to stay as more and more manufacturers are embracing them. The prudent manufacturers are the ones that are aware of the fact that commercial hybrid gas-electric models will be rapidly gaining market share between 2005 and 2010. And the market leaders in this field are gearing up to face these challenges. Technology is great. We admire all that enterprising innovators are able to accomplish. All the same, we cannot overlook the impact of technology and production on our delicate environment. Have we reached a point of no return? Do we have to be overtly concerned about the pollution effect? When do we turn against the technology and innovation in order to regain balance and redress the consequences of overpopulation? We come back full circle with the ongoing need for balanced development and for harmony between the internal and external factors that shape business strategy and operations. So, where can companies get help in developing these technologies and innovation plans? Large companies like IBM, Nestlé, and Levi's all have the wherewithals to master powerful technologies through in-house R&D and our external sources. How does this relate to smaller companies and other entities? For instance, how can a university, a manufacturing company, or a government agency today acquire the latest technology or lead others with innovative product formulas other than just buying them from someone else? What directories, websites, international bodies, etc. can be consulted? While it is possible to make a long list of governmental and private agencies which could be of help, I will confine my remarks to United Nations agencies that help developing countries acquire new and emerging technologies. The following list, though not comprehensive, may prove useful as a starting point. First, the Asian and Pacific Center for the Transfer of Technology, which is located online. APCTT is a United Nations regional institution under the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, otherwise known as ESCAP. The objective of APCTT is to strengthen technology transfer capabilities in these regions and to facilitate the impact and the export of environmentally sound technologies to and from member countries. Second, the International Center for Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology, ICGEB. This is an international organization dedicated to advanced research and training in molecular biology and biotechnology, with special regard to the needs of the developing world. Located again online. Training is a key aspect of the center's mandate, aimed at the transfer of specific know-how to developing countries. Next, the International Center for Science and High Technology, or ICS-UNIDO, located online. Activities of the center are focused on assisting countries that are developing their industrial base. ICS partners include small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, research institutions, national laboratories, and universities. The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. Through this program of investment, technology and enterprise development, UNCTAD analyzes trends in foreign direct investment and their impact on development, helps countries to promote international investment and understand the issues involved in international investment agreements, devises strategies for the development of small and medium-sized enterprises, identifies policy options, and implements capacity-building programs to encourage the use of new technologies. The United Nations Commission on Science and Technology for Development. This commission acts as a forum for the examination of science and technology questions and their implications for development, the advancement of understanding on science and technology policies, particularly with respect to developing countries, and the formulation of recommendations and guidelines on science and technology matters within the United Nations system. The United Nations Industrial Development Organization, otherwise known as UNIDO. UNIDO helps developing countries and countries with economies in transition in their fight against marginalization in today's globalized world. It mobilizes knowledge, skills, information, and technology to promote productive employment, a competitive economy, and a sound environment. Its latest tool, UNIDO Exchange, provides a business intelligence network. The Committee on Science and Technology for Development, COSTED, plays an advisory role to ICSU on the range of science and technology initiatives for and in developing countries, their potential for application to social and economic development, and environmental concerns. Another organization, the Asian Productivity Organization, APO, is a regional intergovernmental organization and aims to help increase productivity to achieve greater socio-economic development of its member countries, and thereby a better quality of life in Asia and the Pacific region. The APO member economies undertake to help each other to improve their productivity performance at the national, the enterprise, and individual levels in the basic spirit of mutual cooperation. These agencies specialize in helping the developing world to upgrade their technologies at an affordable cost. If your interest is to keep pace with the emerging technologies, you should note that the sectors that have evolved